All right, how is everybody doing tonight? Let me turn my music down. One of the things you guys might be noticing about me is I'm in my festive situation here. Actually, my name's I Am Big, and I want to thank you for joining us tonight on this edition of our Affiliated Forces Power Hour. And if you're wondering who the hell I am and why am I wearing this ugly-ass sweater, well, guess what? It was family game night, and it was tacky sweater night. And with this, I won. So that's all that matters, is that you win. And we're here to tell you all about being a winner. And again, as I said, I'm Big. Most people know me as the Bearded Business Badass, but you can call me Big. And I'm here with my friends, brothers in arms, the other part of the forces, my man Ari Maccabee. Ari, say hello to the people.
How you guys doing today?
Awesome.
You guys are doing good, man, over in the Philippines, and I hope you guys are having a great day. And Big, I hate that sweater.
That's the idea. That's the idea. All right. And also, I got my man Frank Calabro. Come on out, big dog. Say hi real quick, and then I'll get back to telling people that being the bearded man, I may not be Santa. Doesn't matter what you celebrate tonight. I'm bringing gifts, aren't I, Frank?
That's right, Big. Hey, I'm actually jealous of the sweater. I wish I had one. Good evening, everybody. Man, it's gorgeous here in North Carolina. We're having 60-degree days here in December. So, man, we're real excited about tonight, and real excited to be here, as you guys will soon find out.
All right. So what I'm excited about is not only can I wear an ugly sweater and come and talk to you tonight, I'm excited because like that guy that has the white beard, I'm bearing gifts. And the reason we're all smiling here is not because I'm wearing this sweater. It's because on tonight's show, I hope you all brought your popcorn. I got mine in my special holiday bowl tonight. And the reason you got popcorn is because we're about to put on a show. And if you've followed us before, if you've been on any of our other shows, you know when we say we're going to do something, we do it. And we've been teasing you over the last couple of weeks about our special guest. And the bottom line is, I think he may have arrived. And no, I'm not talking about Santa Claus. Tonight, I'm talking about our special guest, the CEO and founder of Traffic Monsoon, Mr. Charles Scoville. But I'm going to tease you a little bit more because I'm not going to bring Charles out right away. That's just not how we operate. No, first, we have to tell you why we're so excited. And as you guys know, the reason Big is excited, the reason Frank is excited, the reason my man Ari is excited, and we've got a grin bigger than the Joker, is because we love and we're passionate about teaching regular people just like you how to make money. And the one thing that we do that most of the gurus out there, number one, they wouldn't wear an ugly sweater like this, but we're real, we're raw, we're unscripted. And the main thing is you'll never catch us in those $6,000 shiny suits. Yeah, you might catch us in an ugly sweater every now and then on a special occasion, but that's why people listen to us. And if you give us an hour of your time tonight, I can guarantee when we're done, if you're not smiling from ear to ear and looking at the possibility saying, you know what, he might have something in that ugly sweater because what they shared with me, I'll pretty much do anything they say because it works. And the reason it works is because we show you proof, progress, and results. And if you think I'm kidding with you, well then guess what? Slap my grandma because we don't BS anyone. We bring the heat, we bring the proof, and we show you our back office. And if you're here because someone invited you, make sure you get back to them after this show is over. If you're watching this on a replay link, make sure you get back to that person that shared the link with you. Because after we're done, you're going to want to talk to that person, and they're going to answer all your questions because we're going to have you so excited, it's going to be like Christmas morning. I'm telling you. So without further ado, okay, make sure, if you're out in the kitchen, get your popcorn, sit down, because the show is about to start. My man, Frank Calabro, Big Dog, this man does not sleep. He is a marketing monster. And so as I grab my popcorn, I'm going to fade into the background. And as people who know me know, it's hard for me not to talk. But even I Get excited when my man Frank starts to talk about what he's going to show you. And when you're done, you're going to say, man, Big, you were absolutely right. That dude just hit me between the eyes, and I liked it. Frank, you out there, my man? They don't know what's going to hit them on Ugly Sweater Night, do they?
They don't know what's coming, Big, do they?
Woo! Yeah, I'm going to sit back. I'm going to eat my popcorn and enjoy this show. Go ahead, my man.
All right, guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Power Hour, guys. This is going to be very powerful. We got a special guest with us tonight. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I want to get right into this, and I'm going to show you guys, do my part here pretty quick. And what we're here to do, guys, is show the average person out there, guys. We have a solution for the average person, the person that might be wanting to start a business online, or maybe someone that's been online for a while that's still struggling, right? You're still struggling. Maybe you haven't broken through yet, or maybe you're doing pretty well, but you want to take things to the next level, guys. Well, guess what? We got something for everybody here tonight. And I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to prove to you that the average person can do this, not only do this, but be successful at this. And then I'm going to get right into my presentation, guys. It's going to take me about 13 minutes to teach you how to make money. 13 minutes, and it took me 13 months to make my first sale online. Imagine that, guys, working 13 months to make my first sale, and I think my first sale was like 25 bucks. I'll show you guys in 13 minutes how you can make money online the very first day if you take action. I'm going to prove it to you right now. Let me share my screen. It'll take me about just a minute here to switch over. Okay, you guys should be with me, okay? And what I'm going to do, guys, I want to show you something, okay? Real simple. I'm in my back office right now, and you see up here on the left-hand side of the screen where it says Buy Ad Pack with Sharing, there's a hyperlink right below this. And what I'm going to do, and listen, we teach you how to do this, guys. We teach you how to do this. I've got banner ads back here, okay? We teach you how to load up these ads. It's real simple. We'll walk you through it. It's simple. But what I want to do, guys, is I want to come in here, and you can see the payment options. I'm buying an advertising package. I've got PayPal, Pay as a Solid Trust Pay. I even got some cash in here that I can use. But for this example, guys, just to make it quick, I'm going to buy 10 ad packs right now. I'm going to hit the preview button. I'm going to use my own cash to make it quick. I'm going to hit the preview button. Okay? I'm going to hit Pay Now. I'm going to hit OK. And that's it, guys. Successful. I just bought 10 advertising packages on this platform, Traffic Monsoon, okay? Now, the next thing I'm going to do, start surfing. I'm going to click on this red button up here at the top of the screen, okay? And what's going to happen, guys, is an advertisement is going to pop up in this window, okay? This is an advertising, a rotator. And if you notice up here at the top of the screen, it says you have clicked 0 ads in this session. Well, what we want to do, guys, is we want to view 10 per day, guys, okay? 10 per day. Now, this is how simple this is, and I'm only showing you one way to make money, okay? This is one way to make money. We're going to look for the matching image up here at the top of the screen. Okay, I'm going to click on that. We're going to hit Next Site, okay? Look how simple this is, guys. This is something that anybody can do, okay? No special skills required. You can see the next advertisement loaded up into the iframe, okay? The countdown timer is going down backwards, okay? No special skills required. If you can click a mouse and pick a matching image, okay? Once again, I'm going to pick the matching image, okay? Next site. That's it, guys. You're fully trained. You want to do this 10 times in a row every single day. Pretty simple, guys, right? You better believe it. Anybody can do this. Now, let's get right into it, guys. I'm going to show you guys how this works. You ready? Here we go, guys. All right, now, Traffic Monsoon. Okay, real quick, guys, earnings and income disclaimer. Any earnings or income statements or earnings income examples are only examples and illustrations. Past performance does not guarantee you the same results in the future. Read all terms and conditions at trafficmonsoon.com/terms. All right, Traffic Monsoon is a domestic limited liability company founded by CEO Charles Scoville. We launched in October 2014, and we are pay-to-click advertising network. Now, you guys can go and look this up, trafficexchangelist.com. We are ranked #1 traffic exchange in the world. Here's what's significant about this, guys. The #2 traffic exchange, Easy Hits for You, they've been around since 2003, guys. We got started in 2014. They had a heck of a head start on us, right? Guess what? We knocked the king of the hill off the mountain, guys, and took over the #1 spot in the world. You guys can go over to Alexa. Find us, guys. Type in trafficmonsoon.com. You'll find us climbing the global rank on Alexa. This company ranks all the websites in the world based on traffic. Now, we operate in the biggest market in the world today, guys, online advertising. Online advertising is a marketplace worth billions, and it's still growing. And I want you to take a look at this chart, guys, from 2010 until 2014. And in 2010, I was still a traditional business owner, and I watched the world change right before my very eyes, guys, in 2010. There was three major things that happened in 2010, whether you're aware of it or not. Number one, the availability of Wi-Fi. That was the year that Wi-Fi was literally any single place that you went. It was everywhere, guys. The second thing that happened was the explosion in social media. That's when social media took off like a rocket ship. And the third thing that happened in 2010 is people began to carry mobile devices. They began to bring the internet with them when they left the home, when they left the office. People began to take the internet every single place that they went. You guys can see this is called an upward trend. There's been double-digit growth each and every single year. The sales actually doubled from 2010 to 2014. And we're just talking about Google here in this one example. You want to get in front of a market that is on the rise, and this clearly is a market that we want to be in. Now, the fact is the number one selling product on the internet is traffic, which is created through advertising. Google, Facebook, YouTube, and many more, these are all advertising networks disguised as something else. People think Google is a search engine. Well, yes, it is. Facebook is a social media site. Absolutely it is. But these companies generate revenue, okay, by selling advertising on the platform, right? These companies would go out of business tomorrow if everyone stopped advertising on the platforms. You know what? It's never going to happen, guys. These companies are making billions and billions of dollars every year in advertising fees. In fact, every time you click on an advertisement on their website, they are making money. Now, the real question is, why aren't you being paid for this? After all, we are the ones clicking on the advertisements that make them money. With Traffic Monsoon, you get paid for clicking on advertisements. Did Google or Facebook ever send you a check? I don't know about you guys, but they have never sent me a dime. Now, with Traffic Monsoon, it is absolutely the simplest and easiest ways for anyone and everyone to make money. There's absolutely no special skills required. I just proved that to you. If you can click a mouse, and yes, it is that simple, you can make money. How hard is that? Now, we can get paid up to 24 times per day, 168 times per week, 672 times per month. You might be thinking, Frankie, how is that even possible? It's real simple, guys. Here's what they're doing. They take the day and they break the day up into 24 pay cycles, right? What they're doing is they're calculating sales from the previous hour. They calculate all the sales revenue on the exchange, all the advertising packages sold on the exchange. And what they do is they pay out instantly and they pay out in cash, guys. This is an addiction. This is exciting because every single time you log into your account, your cash balance is going up, guys. It sure beats waiting 30 days to get paid. Now, there are 5 revenue streams built into Traffic Monsoon. I showed you one at the very beginning. That's the profit share, guys. We're clicking on 10 advertisements per day, okay? That's just one way of making money of 5. The second way is cash links. There are extra advertisements that we can click on and we can make cash rewards. There's also matching bonuses from the cash links. We can get 10% instant referral commissions, okay, by referring people to the traffic exchange. And we can also turn our traffic into cash, guys. 5 different revenue streams built into this platform. Now, there's 4 simple steps, guys. It's pretty simple here. Number 1, you sign up for free, guys. That's the price tag, free. Number 2, we activate our account, buy as many ad packs as you can. Number 4, we're going to click and view 10 ads per day, and you will begin to make money in the daily profit share. And like I said, this is just one way of making money. Now, what is an ad pack? Pretty simple, guys. An ad pack is an advertising package sold in $50 increments. What we are buying is 1,000 traffic exchange credits and 20 pay-per-click views to your banner ads. We are given 1 revenue sharing position when we buy an ad pack. Now, the benefit is not only can we utilize our ad space, but we can get paid up to $55 for every ad pack that we own. This is not guaranteed because it's directly based on the profit share, revenue sales on the platform, guys. Now, it is impossible not to make money as long as everyone has at least one ad pack and you have clicked on your 10 ads per day. Like I said, we can get paid up to 24 times per day. Now, there's no reason for you not to sign up. Like I said, guys, it's free to join. The price tag is free, guys. It does not get more expensive than that. Free is the price. Absolutely no sponsoring required. Absolutely no selling required. No monthly fees ever, guys. I love that. You know, you're not going to get beat over the head every month with a $100 bill or something like that because there's no monthly fees ever. This is absolutely easy for everyone. Now, what if you want to recruit? Well, you can make even more money. 10% direct referral commissions. Here's how it works. Every time an ad pack is sold, okay, you get paid. This includes repurchases. You get paid in real cash, guys. Real cash, guys, right into your e-wallet. You can do whatever you want to do, guys. You're in complete control. You want to withdraw through PayPal, Solid Trust Pay, Payza. You can buy more advertising packages on the platform. Do with it as you please, guys. It is your money. You are in control. You can withdraw anytime, 24 hours per day. Now, let's look at some referral examples, guys. This is just for illustration purposes only, okay? But we can earn 10% on referrals daily for life. And here's a couple examples. Say we sponsor 4 members and they each purchased 20 ad packs. Well, we just made $400, guys, instantly in cash. 20 members purchasing 10 ad packs daily. We just had a $1,000 day in that example. 100 members purchasing only 2 ad packs per day. That's pretty conservative right there. If you sponsored 100 members, there's an example of a $2,000 day. Sponsoring 200 members purchasing 4 ad packs per day. There's an example of a $4,000 day, guys. And remember, we get paid instantly and in cash from our referral commissions. Okay, these are just a couple of examples, guys. Some of our teammates, these are just average, everyday people. I have to say, yes, these results are not typical because these people are taking action, guys. They're doing something. But here's Maria, one of our teammates. You can see in this example, with only 2 active referrals but 51 active ad packs in the system, $3,000 generated. Pretty exciting right there. Peter, $5,000 here with only 6 actives. You can see 210 active positions. Oliver here with 8 referrals, over $6,000. Cybella, check this out, guys. No active referrals, but 268 active sharing positions, $7,000. Pretty awesome, guys. That's the power of the model. Amanda here, 6 active referrals. Look at that number, guys. Pretty insane, guys. It's a very small team, not a huge team, but what do we? Once again, a lot of ad packs. 1949 in this example. You can look. You see the numbers right there, guys. Over $113,000 there. Rob Frazier, pretty large team here, over 318 people. Crazy numbers right there. 147,000. Once again, results not typical. Rob's got 773 active ad packs in the system in this particular slide, in this example. Emmy, the top 1% earner of the company. I get impressed every time I see this, guys. Okay, now this is the top 1% guy. Obviously, results not typical. This gentleman is taking massive action. But that being said, every time I see this slide, this is not a huge team, guys. 99 active referrals. It's not a huge team yet. Look at the power of the model. Look at the power of the model here. 3,300 ad packs, and you can see the numbers right there, guys. That's over $500,000. Pretty insane, guys, but once again, a top 1% example. Just showing you guys the power of the model. Now, what makes Traffic Monsoon so very different than other traffic exchanges? This is important, okay? Pay attention to this. Number 1, retail customers, okay? Any person, company, or business can purchase ad packs without becoming an affiliate. Free members can earn credits. Extra earnings can be made from cash links. There's no monthly fees ever. There's no sponsoring requirement. There's actually unlimited ad packs that can be purchased. You can purchase an unlimited amount of advertising space on the platform. Also, the merchant processing that's in place with PayPal, Payza, and Solid Trust Pay. This is what separates us from other traffic exchanges. Okay, the fast start process is really simple, guys. I've already said this. Enroll for free, guys. That's right. The price tag is free. Number 2, you want to buy as many ad packs as you can. Number 3, we want to view our 10 ads per day. We will begin to earn cash in the profit share component. of the compensation plan. And number 4, optional, you want to refer and sponsor like crazy. All right, guys, that concludes the PowerPoint. I'm going to show you guys one more thing. I'm going to switch over. Let's go over to, let's leave this page right here. I want to show you guys, I'm pretty much a newbie here in Traffic Monsoon. I've only been in this company, I just completed 8 full weeks. So 8 weeks, 56 days, okay? And on September 3rd, right here, you guys can see this example right here. I got started with 20 ad packs right here, guys. And at the time, my strategy was I was going to come over here and I was going to basically just buy 20 ad packs, never buy any more, and then I was going to buy retail traffic. What I was going to do is come over here and basically advertise something else that I was doing, and I was going to extract leads from this database into something else I was doing, guys. I mean, this is a very savvy move to come over here and advertise in front of this audience and funnel some of the leads from this database into what I was doing. I was never going to promote this offer ever, guys, ever. Well, lo and behold, I started to promote this offer on October 15th, guys. October 15th is the day I actually got started actively promoting the offer. And you can see right here, guys, October 16th, this was taken the next day, okay? And, 5 active referrals. I had 97 active positions at that time. And 1425 total earned there, guys. Pretty impressive the first active day. But I do want to say, guys, listen, I am a top 1% producer. This is not... this is a unique example, okay? But I'm just showing you guys, once again, the power of the model, okay? You guys, I'll just scroll up a little bit here. You can see day 2, I had 22 active referrals, 119 active positions, $2,000. This is the second active day of me actually building, Frank Calabro Jr. working, doing something, okay? I did nothing up until this time frame, okay? Nothing at all besides view 10 ads per day. I did nothing. I just want to be very clear about that. Day 3, okay? 33 active referrals. You guys see the progress. I just want to scroll up here kind of fast, but I'll go slow so you can see it. I just want to skip up to the first week so you guys can see the progression here, okay? 65 active referrals, 217 ad packs there, $4,500. Now listen, guys, I've made some pretty insane money over the past, 20, 21 months, whatever it's been, but I've never, ever made money this fast. Not this fast, guys. Not in a brand new offer, ever, guys. Not this fast. Now, I'm going to scroll up once again. I'm going to go kind of fast, but I'm going to, move so that you can see it. And I want to skip up to the second week just so you can see the progression. Okay, you can see day 14 right here. Okay, 106 active referrals. We're up to $9,000, guys. 348 ad packs on the books right there. Okay, once again, we'll go up to the third week, day 21. Here we go, day 21 right here, guys. Okay, 125 active referrals, 558 ad packs. That's a lot of ad packs, guys, in 3 weeks. That's pretty crazy right there. $16,000 in 3 weeks. Let's go up to the fourth week. Day 28. Day 28. Here we go. 4 weeks completed. 141 active referrals. 760 ad packs. We're up to $24,000 right there. Once again, a unique example, guys. I am a top 1% producer. Okay, and but once again, I'm showing you the power of the model. Okay. And let's just scroll up, guys. There's something I want to point out here. Let's go up to day 40. 40 days in. I want to explain something here, right? I want to explain something here, guys. Okay, I was the number 3 producer in the world in another traffic exchange, okay, before I came over to Traffic Monsoon. And I was very proud of what I did over there, okay? And I hit 1,200 packs over there, and it took me 251 days, and I was very proud of that. It changed my life. It changed my family's life. It changed my whole world, guys. And, I come over here to Traffic Monsoon, and I did in 40 days what took me 251 days in another traffic exchange. That's how powerful this model is, guys. This is insane right here. This is, once again, very unique example, but I'm showing you the power of the model. Now, I'm just going to scroll up, guys. Maybe I'll just scroll up to today so you guys can see the progression. Like I said, I've been in 8 weeks now, 56 days, and, I just take a real quick shot every day, just kind of like a diary, just so I can see where I'm at and see where I'm going with my business. And you can see day 56, this was taken this morning, and I got 204 active referrals in this example. We're up to 18 ad packs on the books. You can see some ad packs have fallen off the books, which is perfectly normal, guys, okay? Your ad packs are going to fall off the books, not a big deal. You can see we're up to like almost $80,000, guys, in 8 weeks. What is that, like $10,000 a week on average or something? Crazy, guys. very powerful. This is very exciting, to say the least. And, 58 weeks into this thing, where am I going to be at, in 10 weeks or 12 weeks or 16 weeks or 20 weeks into this thing? I can't even imagine, guys. I can't even imagine where I'm going to be. But I'll tell you what, I'm excited about 2016 and about being here in Traffic Monsoon. Okay, I'm going to switch back over and get back over to the Hangout, guys. Give me 1 second to switch back over. All right, I'm back, guys.
Oh.
Can you hear me, Art? Or Big?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Man.
Okay.
You always blow me away with that, Frank, and I always have popcorn in my mouth. And if you're not out there drooling, maybe it's from the butter, from the popcorn, but maybe you're drooling because Frank just shared with you in 8 weeks an average of 10,000 per week. Again, results not typical. As Frank said, he is a top 1%er. Ari and myself, we all do very well, but we do well because it's such a great tool to utilize. And again, one of the reasons that Frank goes over his dailies is because we always show people proof, progress, results. As I said to you, raw, unscripted, real, and it's because this is not Photoshop. There's no CGI here, except for maybe the sweater I'm wearing tonight. But the bottom line is we do that because we want to show you it's possible. And the one thing that you want to do, as Frank said, it's very easy to get started. It's free. You can't have that excuse. How many times do we hear that, Frank? I can't get started because I don't have money. What kind of excuse is that, Frank?
It's no excuse at all, man. There's no excuse at all. I started with nothing. I mean, I started with 5 packs, in another traffic exchange, but, I completely turned things around because I realized how powerful this was. I realized how hyper-responsive this traffic was, and I began to build up my advertising space and then also convert that traffic into sales, into my affiliate offers. So there are no excuses, guys. You don't have to start off big. You can start off very small. And a lot of people have started off very small. And, some people come in big, but you don't have to. The bottom line is you can start very small and build it up. Like I said, it took me 251 days to do in the other traffic exchange what I did here in 40 days. I've rode this horse before, guys, okay? I know how this works, okay? So I do have maybe an advantage coming over here, but that being said, when I was starting, I had no advantage, guys. I had nothing. I was penniless. I was broke.
Yeah. Frank basically, again, maybe he'll share it quickly, but before you do, Frank, let me ask you a question. Do you consider yourself extremely computer tech savvy?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, man.
I know.
That's the beauty of this. You don't have to be technical, man.
Right. You've got the good looks, but when it comes to computer skills, right?
I can attest to that, man.
You can click a mouse, man. I mean, come on now. When Frank Collaborative Jr. got started online, I could barely send an email. I mean, that's the truth, guys. I mean, I could make mixed drinks. I could cook food on the grill all day at my restaurant, at my bar. I mean, but, I didn't know anything about this stuff. You don't need to be technical, guys. And you know what? The great thing about this team is we'll teach you how to become very savvy. We'll teach you how to become, not so technical, but we'll teach you how to build a business the right way. And by utilizing Traffic Monsoon, a traffic exchange, this is an essential component to your overall plan. I'm telling you, whatever it is you're doing online, everybody has an offer. But you know what? Everybody needs an audience. They need traffic for that offer, okay? We got a traffic exchange. When you lead with traffic, when I learned this lesson, when I started to lead with traffic, guys, big things happened for me. I went from making $1,000 per month in affiliate commissions, guys, to being in the top 1% in the world income bracket, guys. Think about that. The only thing I did was I led with traffic. It was that simple, guys.
See, that's a beautiful thing. We love playing in traffic. You remember when you were little and your mom and dad told you, don't go play in the traffic? No. We love playing in traffic. So again, if you're watching this on replay, get back to the person that shared the link. If you're watching this from the invitation and you're watching it live, make sure you reach out to that person, ask them as many questions as you want. Because the one thing that we always say, what Frank showed you, I'm sure there are a ton of you on this call right now, this show, going, yeah, that's a bunch of BS. I've seen it all before. It's a scam. These guys just put up pretty numbers. No. Anyone that knows us, okay, know that we show proof and progress and results every single day. Again, not very tech savvy, so we don't know how to do Photoshop. So we can't fake it. And we don't fake it to make it. We actually, again, show you how. The systems are in place. And the beautiful thing is, we're not the only leaders doing very well in Traffic Monsoon. That's why we're so excited, because it doesn't matter. Traffic Monsoon is international, and there are leaders all over the globe willing to help you. So if you were able to get a link, if you're watching a replay, or if you're on it live, someone got you on the show. Get back to that person. It's only fair. Let them answer those questions. We love skeptics. And if you're not a skeptic, then guess what? It means you're not interested. If you've got questions, we're going to see you on the team. That's how it works. So now, Frank, you got anything to add? Because I'm excited here to bring on our special guest. And I'm more excited because this man is dedicated. Because here he is, the CEO of this great opportunity that we just shared with people and what we've been able to do. And Ari's going to share what he's been able to do. I've been in with Frank for about the same time, probably 10 days less, when we teamed up as the Affiliate Forces group. And we're all excited because we thought we understood how powerful it was. But what would you say, Frank? It
even surprised me. It shocked me.
Yeah, so you guys know I was actually hammering Frank and telling Frank, man, this is where you need to be. You need to move over. You need to move over. He didn't listen to me. And then obviously October 15th, this big catastrophe happened. And when it happened, immediately, because I had already signed him up, and he reached out to me and said, yeah, let's do it. So I went in and we launched the thing in the group. And man, the demand and the people coming over, I never seen people flock in like this. It was crazy. I mean, Big came, Cindy came, everybody came from this other deal to us like a magnet. And they all skyrocketed. Every single person that's came into this with us, they're all making money. Everyone. And that's what surprised me, and that's really what drew me to this. And it's what makes me proud to be part of Traffic Monsoon and obviously associated with Charles. Unlike, the other guys, like I've had the privilege of, since the day I've really got into this, I talked to him, before I signed up. I did my due diligence. I mean, guys, it took me 10 months to get involved in this. And when I did all my due diligence to talk to Emmy, that screenshot you guys see from Emmy, that's literally 5 months ago. So I'm going to ask Charles real quick. Charles, are you there? Unmute your mic, Charles, so we can hear you real quick, because I want to ask you a real quick question.
All right, what do you have for me?
So Emmy Islam, that was 5 months ago when he showed us that income. He's over $1 million bucks today, is he not?
You're still in my intro. Yeah, but yeah, that's a great question, Charles. If you can answer it with a caveat.
Well, the only reason why I'm sharing is because I do have Emmy's permission to share that, and he does share that at some of his conferences. What he's been able to do he started actually October 10th of 2014. And he's referred, and I'm just going to bring up his account right now quickly just so I can have the live numbers. But I know that he has gotten to work. I mean, like what you were saying about results not typical, it's because typically not a lot of people get to work. But he's referred 117 people. He's generated $486,000 in commissions. And in revenue sharing, pretty close to $1 million, so he's made about $1.5 million in this last year.
It's crazy.
Awesome. Again, results not typical. And Ari, yeah, that's wonderful. In case you guys missed it, this is Ari, and Ari's going to come back and share more of his story after we get a chance to talk to Charles, because Ari's story is amazing. But as he said, one great thing I love about working with Ari is he vets everything and doesn't just jump right in. So he shared that. He gave a little bit away what he was going to talk about at the end about researching for 10 months. And that's key, because a lot of you are, again, skeptical. So you're going to hear us talk a lot about not just jumping in with both feet, but holding our nose, hoping we don't drown. That doesn't happen. But once we got in and we saw the power of what we're able to do, and that's why I'm happy to have Charles on. And as I said, I'm even more happy that he's on tonight, because when we originally invited him on the show several weeks back, he had stated he would be on the show, but what I didn't realize is that he would be on our show, which is kicking off at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is great for people like me in an ugly sweater sitting here on the East Coast. But normally, Charles is out west, in the Midwest, in the USA here. But tonight, or should I say morning, Charles, The man is dedicated enough to be live with us for all of you to hear, for us to pepper him with questions in a couple of minutes at 3 o'clock in the morning UK time. So, without further ado, I'm excited. Frank, thank you very much. Again, I see a little glistening butter on my cheek there, so I got to wipe it off. But to do that, I've got to get Charles talking a little bit. So, if you guys will do this, turn off your Facebook, turn off your phone, tell your kids if they're still awake, hey, get somewhere else. You got to focus, and I'm telling you, you got to focus for a reason, because after we get through asking the questions that everyone wants to hear of Charles, I tell you right now, what you're going to do is you're going to reach back out to that person that shared the link on the replay. You're going to reach out to that person that invited you on the show tonight, and you're going to say, tell me more, and we love that. So without further ado, Charles, do you mind if I bring you out at 3:30 in the morning there now?
Yep, that's right. It's 3:38 a.m. right now.
How many other CEOs of a multi-million-dollar company would be that dedicated to be able to tell their story? You don't have to answer that, Charles. Frank, tell me, how many CEOs of companies you've been involved in would be willing to do a show like this with three crazy guys at 3 o'clock in the morning?
Nobody would be crazy enough to come in here with us.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So the bottom line, Charles, again, I want to thank you not only for what you've been able to build to help marketers like us really utilize the power of what it is, and we're going to ask you questions so people can start to understand, because we're talking about how we're excited about the traffic and how to utilize it and all those things. And believe us, your leaders, guys like us, they're fantastic leaders, women in this company that are absolutely killing it. And what they do is they utilize a lot of the strategies that Ari will share a little bit later. But in order to do that, the reason we're excited, let's get right into it, Charles. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna basically hit you right off the bat. Okay? So if you need to get a drink of water, I'm gonna pepper you with about 2 or 3 questions right away. So you're gonna be talking for about 10 minutes straight. You good? Charles, you good?
Yep, absolutely.
Here we go. Man, I'm excited. Again, Facebook off, phone off, get the kids into bed. Do what you need to do, because this is all about your business and moving it to the next level, and you can do that with Traffic Monsoon. So, Charles, again, thank you very much for being on. We appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's actually an honor to be with you guys. You guys are incredible. So thank you.
Yeah, everyone told you about the crazy show we put on. But we do it because, again, people always say, Big, you're always so excited when you do these shows. And it's honestly because Frank, Ari, and myself are so passionate about showing people how to put a system in place. And when we were able to discover what your company was able to do with the type of systems that we build, it just, again, Frank just showed, again, not typical results, but we show people how to duplicate, replicate those type of marketing systems. So what I want to do is, why don't I make it easy for you? Let me throw you an easy question. What's the history of Traffic Monsoon? I know Ari started to touch on it. Frank said you started in 2014. Ari said he checked it out 10 months ago. How did you actually get started in this whole traffic exchange business? Or how did Traffic Monsoon, how did you get started? Because obviously you started the company. So how did that come about, Charles?
Absolutely. I'll be happy to answer that. Back in 2008, I was working for a health insurance company as a health benefit specialist. And I was going through a divorce, actually. And it was also the height of the global economic crisis. And
yes.
At that time, I was pretty much the sole provider for my son, exchanging kind of with my ex at times too, but I also had full custody through the divorce. So she had him every other weekend, and I had him all the rest of the time. So for me, I just was so, I guess, responsible for my son and took full responsibility of that. And at that time, my employer wasn't recognizing that I needed to be with my son if he was sick. Right. He couldn't be in daycare or anything during that time. So I was getting in trouble taking a couple of days off to take care of my son in a 6-month period. For me, 2 days off in 6 months isn't a big deal, but for them it was. And so they pretty much gave me warnings, and then they let me go. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do to provide for my son during the height of the global economic crisis? And if you remember that time of the period of the world's history, everyone was struggling to get work. I think that U.S. was reaching 15% of unemployment, something like that, or even higher, and pretty much everyone was looking for work. And so that means that if a company's hiring 20 people, even if you qualify, even if you meet every qualification possible, so does about 100 or 200 or 300 other people, and they only have those 20 positions to fill. So
Right.
I was turned away by a lot of different companies saying, you know what, you're great, please reapply in 6 months, we'd love to have you on next time. And it was just really frustrating because everywhere I turned, nowhere was hiring, and I just was running out of any kind of money that I had in my bank. And I just knew that I needed to do something. And so I was looking everywhere to try to find a way to make money. And I just thought to myself, law of attraction, I want to make money from home. That's what I want to do. And so I came across this ad that was on Craigslist, and it was for a more healthy, I should say, energy drink company that was just launching. And they were looking for sales reps that could work from home. And I thought, hey, that's what I want to do. So I went to their interview. It ended up being actually a multi-level marketing presentation.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I've been hoodwinked, you know? And I thought, okay, this is law of attraction. This is what I want to do. I'm going to give this a fair shot. So I got started with the business. It was $100-something auto ship a month. And I didn't have that, but I borrowed it, paid it, and I got to work, and I was trying to build. And then another auto ship came. I hadn't made any money. Try to build some more. And it just, nothing was working for me there with that company. And no one was really interested in what I was trying to sell. And I just thought, oh, crud, this really stinks. So after losing money in this business, the energy drinks were great. But I decided I just can't afford it because I'm unemployed and I'm borrowing money from my parents at the time. And it was just so embarrassing. So I quit that, kept applying to other jobs and things like that along the way as well. But that's where I really got started, is trying different business opportunities, losing a lot of money, trying different traffic exchanges to promote the businesses because I stumbled upon them. And the more traffic exchanges I used, the more different pay-to-click websites I used, the more leads I generated. But it really took me a long time to realize that I needed to, like what you guys have been talking about, replicate a system or create a way to build your list and interact with your people.
Right.
And until I really put that into place, I was making $25 commissions if I was lucky. Usually it'd be $6 commissions or $1 commission here or there, and I just felt like, hallelujah, I made something today, but not enough to pay rent. You know?
Yeah.
And
Mom wouldn't have been too proud either for a $6 commission, right?
No. So that's really how I got started in the industry, and as time kept going, I discovered that traffic is really where the money is.
Thank you.
That's where it is.
Can you say that again, Charles? For everyone listening, where is the money?
Traffic is in the money because it builds your list.
Thank you. That's what Frank touched on. Absolutely. So how did Traffic Monsoon start?
So Traffic Monsoon started because essentially what I wanted to do is I had a team that I was growing in a different business, and I wanted to provide a service for them to help them grow their businesses. So I started some pay-to-click websites, and those were working well for a couple of years, and then I bumped into some PayPal issues and things like that. But essentially, I learned a lot of lessons along the way. I've launched a number of different things, and if you've done any due diligence on me, you've probably seen a history of different things that I've tried launching. All of those things that you can learn, it's a Charles Scoville -trafficmonsoon.com. That's Charles Scoville, all one word, -trafficmonsoon.com. You can learn about my history, the different pay-to-click websites I launched, as well as the problems that we bumped into and the lessons learned. Now,
See,
if you have...
And that's an awesome thing, Charles. One of the things we always tell all the people that follow us and work with us is we always share exactly who we are, and we're never scared to admit that mistakes are made. We learn from them, and the beautiful thing is all of the leaders in Traffic Monsoon, people learn from them because they're leaders for a reason. They've already made those mistakes, and they're trying not to have that happen again. And so that's what you're basically saying with Traffic Monsoon. That's kind of how that came about. All the mistakes you made. So give that website again so people can do their due diligence and read your story.
Sure, that's Charles Scoville -trafficmonsoon.com. And like what you were saying, that all of the successful people out there have had their share of failures and struggles and everything else out there. And even Richard Branson, he launched over 400 businesses before launching Virgin Galactic, where now Richard Branson is accepted as being one of today's greatest entrepreneurs. So for him to fall all that many times, definitely
exactly. Little secret, Richard was not a virgin when it came to starting businesses. So anyway, Charles, so basically Traffic Monsoon got started because you kept building on things that some things worked, some didn't work. You took some of the best lessons, and when you kicked Traffic Monsoon off in 2014, was there a huge fanfare? Did the mayor come out and basically give you the key to the city? Anything like that happen in Utah, correct?
No, not at all, not at all. In fact, it started with me and just a handful of other people who gained a vision and said, this is something that we can see actually working really well.
So no ticker tape parade or anything like that?
Nothing like that at all. In fact, when we got started, we were fought off by pretty much every skeptic out there and said, no, that's not something I'm ever going to get a hold of. I'm never going to join that. Just forget about me. Don't contact me again, those types of things. I mean, we were reaching out to everyone, contacting everyone we possibly could. And I think it took us about a full month to actually get 200 members. And we struggled along the way at the very beginning, but we kept working hard and kept pushing through it.
Took you a month to get 200, that's 200?
That's right.
Oh, man.
It was a struggle to get started, but when we got, the wind underneath our wings, we started just to soar.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Frank has 200 in about, a couple weeks. But how many, Charles, how many active members are there in Traffic Monsoon now?
The last time I checked, which was just earlier today, we have over 100,000 active paid members, and that means someone who has bought something and not necessarily an ad pack.
Yes, someone who's actively participating in the advertising revenue, utilizing the traffic exchange somehow, things like that. And again, we're going to ask you more about those different sources in a bit. And so I thank you for that. So basically from 200 active, I mean, people essentially paying money, getting advertising, whatever type of may be, to did you say 200? I'm sorry, 100,000?
100,000 people who have made a purchase of something, but we have over 2 million signups.
2 million signups, 100,000 active. Awesome, awesome. And that's in how many months?
Oh, geez, it's about 14 months now. 14
months, incredible, absolutely phenomenal. And to think, if you'd sat there in that second month and said, man, 200 members, and you'd given up. So, it's always wonderful when we talk to people about essentially seeing things through, and that's what we talk to people all the time about, joining Traffic Monsoon. Work the system, see it through, and start to utilize it, and you're not going to see instant results per se, but man, once it starts to gain traction, that's why you see all those people excited. Again, results not typical, and if you have any questions about signing up, as Charles said, as an active member to actually purchase ad packs, get back to that person that brought you in or shared the link. I thought what I'd do, Charles, if you don't mind, I'm going to switch gears because Frank actually is pinging me here, and he wants to get in on the questions, if you don't mind. So, Frank, I see your little ping there. You don't have to poke me anymore, my man. Go ahead, Frank, if you want to ask Charles some questions while we have him, because, I mean, obviously he's just getting rolling here, so let's ask him some hard questions. I did a couple of lob softballs there. I'm trying to be nice with my ugly sweater tonight. Hit him with some hard questions there, Frank, about the actual advertising and such.
Well, thanks, Charles, for coming out and spending some time with us, especially the early hours of the AM. And I'm actually happy that when I team up with someone, especially if they've been through the ringer like we all have, and that's how we learn. I mean, a lot of people think that I'm successful and this and that, but they only see the success. They don't see the 4 complete years of failure. I worked the whole year to make $25. Making a commission like that, and people don't see that. They don't see the struggle and the lessons that you learn along the way. So, I'm actually I feel more confident teaming up with someone that has been through the ringer because they've learned the lessons. And you know what? That's how you get wisdom, man. You get wisdom by just going through the ringer and just I've heard John Madden say the road to success leads through the sewer, man. That's true, man. It's 100% true. But I wanted to ask you about the product, guys. Charles, because that's why I'm here. I came over here for the product, and I realize how powerful a traffic exchange is, like you discovered when you started utilizing it yourself. And there's probably a lot of new people out there watching this for the first time, and they're trying to figure out. I want to ask you, to talk about the advertising products that we do offer here on the platform, and specifically talk about the ad pack. Like, what are people? I know I touched on it a little bit in the presentation, but explain what people are buying when they buy an ad pack and what they're getting, for their $50. Can you explain and touch on just the product side of the house?
Sure, absolutely. With the ad pack, what you're receiving is, like what you mentioned before, 1,000 traffic exchange credits. So each credit is a visitor to your website. And then also you're getting 20 clicks to a banner. Now, the great thing about getting clicks, in my advertising experience as a marketer, I would put banners on different traffic exchanges, and they were just impression-based. And so your banner credits would just be used up, and you might not even get a single click. But you spent all this kind of money to get visitors to your website through that banner, and you didn't get any. But the great thing about Traffic Monsoon is you're only paying for the clicks. So there's sometimes people look at and saying, hey, my banner hasn't gotten any clicks yet. Something might be wrong. Well, if you're not getting clicks, change your banner because people don't want to click on it the way that it looks right now. So that's something that I just look at it and just say, you're not wasting your money in this. You can now change it and tweak it without having to spend more money on that advertising, without wasting your money. Plus, with that ad pack, you're getting one sharing position. And what I look at that sharing position is like a bucket. And as you're talking about this, there's a lot other advertising services that are available on Traffic Monsoon. So as people are buying those, that bucket fills up. As people are buying all of the services, an ad pack is one of the services. That's definitely one of the services that we offer, because with it comes advertising. So all of the services that we offer helps fill up your bucket until it reaches $55. There's no guaranteed time when it will fill, or even the guarantee that it will fill. It's not an investment. So that's what the ad pack is.
That's awesome. I mean, basically, people can learn the fundamentals of marketing by coming over here, and they're not wasting that traffic because, like you said, if they're not clicking on their banner, change your banner. So, if you spend money, just say, for example, over on Facebook on an advertising campaign, well, once that money's spent, it's spent. If you turned a profit, great. If you didn't, you lost money. Well, guess what? You just learned a valuable lesson. Here, you can actually test offers on this exchange. You can actually take those same offers, those same funnels, go to other traffic sources and utilize them. You actually get paid to test over here, the way I'm looking at it. I mean, and that's a pretty savvy move right there, getting paid to advertise. It's a very rare thing because we know how expensive it is, over there at Facebook to advertise. I got another question for you about the ad packs, and actually, I wanted to ask you about how the profit share is calculated, which is, I guess, connected to the ad packs.
Hey Frank, can I quickly, because I just want to ask quick. You talked about advertising, Charles. Do you mind one last question, because it brought something up, and then you can get into how many active advertisers. You talked about the active members, because I know people are always curious. How many active advertisers do you actually have on this system?
Well, that's what that number is, because they've had to purchase some advertising. So
gotcha. Okay. Just yeah. Someone basically was trying to clarify that, and so that's why. I apologize, Frank, but that's fantastic, because that makes all the sense in the world. Frank, that segues into the question you were about to ask. So that's why I had to jump in. Yeah. Okay.
I got you. And I just read up on this myself last night, but I wanted to ask this question because I know a lot of people don't know how this works. Is Charles, I wanted to ask you about how the profit share works and how the reserve is built up off of that, and if you could just explain that in simple terms that anybody can understand.
Sure. I guess probably the easiest way is like what I was saying, was that bucket illustration. Because if you can imagine just a sharing position being a bucket, then when people are making a purchase, 10% of that purchase is of course going straight to the sponsor for the referral commission. There's a portion of that purchase also being stored away as a reserve fund, just in case. And then above that is going to be the amount that gets shared. Now, the really great thing about that reserve is what that does is it acts as shocks. Because what we know in business, a lot of business owners know this, a lot of leaders know this, is that in a business you're going to have ups and downs in sales. Some days are going to be higher, some days are going to be lower. But a lot of people that are average don't realize that. So if over the weekend the revenue sharing is lower, or during a holiday the revenue sharing is lower, we wanted to keep those low points higher. So we're going to tap into some of those reserves to help smooth those bumps out. And those higher days where it's a huge spike in sales, we're going to take some of that as well and save that away for later when sales are a little bit lower, so we can kind of keep that bumpy road at an even keel, so that people don't have to worry or panic and have any kind of fear, uncertainty, or doubt that Traffic Monsoon is here and is going to keep going, because that's exactly what this is here for. So that's really how the sharing works, is that as sales are generated for all the services, and as was mentioned before, advertising is one of the most popular services out there. Like I said, also, I struggled selling energy drinks, but selling advertising is like selling shovels to the people out there mining or digging pits or something like that. This is something that you're selling a tool, you're selling something that helps them build their business, and every business out there in the world needs advertising to grow. They need more traffic, they need more leads for their business. So that's really what Traffic Monsoon is doing, is it's tapping into a need that's really out there. There's over 38 million home-based businesses in the United States alone, and all of these businesses have websites, and all of them need traffic. So that's what it is that we're offering. And so we're selling those services, and then from those sales, we are now sharing the revenue with people who qualify by simply clicking at least a minimum of those 10 ads in the traffic exchange.
Excellent, man. That's excellent. That's a very clear explanation. All right, just one last thing for me, and I wanted to ask you if there's any plans, any future plans to cap the ad packs. Is there ever going to be a limit on how much advertising space that we can buy on the platform? Is there any plans in place for that, or anything? You foresee anything like that happening?
No, I don't plan to ever do that at all, and I believe the reason why, and a number of people have asked this because they think that it would be unsustainable. And the way that I look at sustainability is the sustainability of really any business out there, whether it's Walmart, McDonald's, Tesco, or whatever store, whether it's a shop or a store online, whatever it is, the ultimate sustainability of any business is whether it can meet a customer's demand with their quality and at a competitive price. So what we're really looking at with Traffic Monsoon is there's definitely a demand out there for advertising. There's a demand out there, especially in the home-based business industry, and definitely at the prices that we have to offer. So if we can keep providing the services at the prices that we have to offer, then we should continue to bring in more and more sales of service and repurchases of all of the different services that we have to offer. So that's where the real sustainability comes. It doesn't come through math. It doesn't come through capping customers in their purchases, because if you tell a customer that they can't buy service, that's actually suffocating your business. You want those sales. So telling them that they can't buy any more after a certain amount is like telling people stop buying candy out of the candy machine at the store. You've already had your 5, stop buying. It's like, no, buy as much candy as you want, we'll fill up the machine with some more candy.
That's awesome, man. Supply and demand. I like that. All right, man, I'm done. I appreciate it, Charles.
Wow, Charles. Yeah, that I love that candy part, because I love candy, chocolate
Right.
especially. So great for analogy there, because I think the hard part is for us to get across how simple the business actually is. People tend to overcomplicate it. Don't you find that when you try to explain it, people tend to add more stuff to it, and you continue to try to keep it pretty simple, like that candy example you used. So that was fantastic. I know Ari has some great questions for you, so I did want to bring him in, because what we're going to do for those people out there, again, as you can see, one of the great things we love about Charles as a CEO is he doesn't have anything to hide. He's putting it all out there for you. He's here very late in the morning, early, whatever you think it is, to share with you his vision and what he's helped build. And obviously, people like us and other team leaders out there obviously help build it, as he said, as we want more and more traffic for our offers. And I think that goes right into a question you had, Ari, because you pinged me there. You had a question about the actual a different traffic exchange. Did you not, Ari?
Yeah, absolutely. I got a couple things I want to hit you with real quick. Number one, we all know a major traffic exchange pulled out of the United States. So the first thing I want to know is, are there any plans ever to pull out of the U.S.?
There's no plans ever to move out of the United States. And just like what you were saying, I like to put things out there. I run another traffic exchange called AdHit Profits. And it also had a number of people who said, oh, this must be illegal or something like this. And it was actually investigated by the Utah State Securities Division, as well as the state of Utah's Consumer Protection Department. And both of those departments reviewed the business for whether it was a Ponzi scheme, whether it was a pyramid scheme, and whether I was hurting customers or consumers in any way possible, in any way, shape, or form. And as they reviewed the whole entire website, checked the terms of service, checked our descriptions of all of the services, what people were buying, how things worked, they both closed their file against AdHit Profits and said, there's nothing here that we have to take any kind of action on. We don't have to enforce anything here. So that's where I look at and say there's no reason in the world for us to pull out of any market, because I know that we're fully compliant with all of the laws and regulations in the United States, and all of the countries that we've been in, we're matching up with all of their laws and regulations as well. And so there's no reason for us to close down a market, because again, like what I was saying, if you limit customers and they're buying, you're suffocating your business. If we have a small market somewhere, then what we'll want to do is work more in that area to grow that market. That means that we've got potential in that market. Doesn't mean that it's time to close that market. It's time to grow that market.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So obviously, you firmly believe that we're safe from, government agency scrutinization. You believe that, we're going to be here for a long time, correct?
Absolutely. And if the government comes to scrutinize Traffic Monsoon, it'll be a little inconvenient. It'll be maybe stressful, because it means that I'm going to have to provide them all of the evidence, and I'll just have to sit and wait to hear what their response is, just like what happened with AdHit Profits. But I'm fully confident that if we are scrutinized, that we're going to pass with flying colors, because everything really is operating completely above board.
That's awesome. Wow. That's good to hear.
Wow.
I got one last question real quick, Big, because I know Frankie touched on this a little bit, but tell me, what's the current financial status, with Traffic Monsoon, as far as like the reserves and so on and so forth? I mean, how secure are we, financially?
I can respect that concern, and I remember when we first launched Traffic Monsoon, we were, building up a reserve as well. It was about $75,000 our first month, and I was just thinking, let's see how this goes, and it kept going up, and by the time we reached our 8-month mark, or actually 6-month mark, we showed to leaders here in the UK, in Birmingham, that we had about $8 million in reserves, and that blew people away. And then now in a couple of days, I'm going to be showing leaders that we're actually up to about $28 million in reserves. Woo! So what that means is we're definitely in a good position, absolutely, for a company.
That's
now,
great.
Charles, touching on that, is that something that prospective person wanting to come in and be an advertiser could actually see, that reserve you speak of?
There's not a way to see that, and it's mainly because we don't want to place ourselves as a mark out there. Because if it's something that's seen on the internet, then people can...
No, yeah. But I mean, it's something that you can basically verify with other people if they're... as much as you're doing now, correct?
As much as I've been doing now, I can continue to do. And
Awesome.
And I know that there's some meetings where people have said, hey, Charles is going to open up the back office because now everyone shows up. And it's quite an amazing experience to see people and their reactions of seeing, wow, we're really strong and stable and the money is really there.
Gotcha. So what you're basically saying is, if you have an opportunity to get to a live event where Charles is there, then you'll be blown away. But we can tell you, we take him at his word, and that's because a bunch of us leaders know that what he is saying is true. And again, the biggest thing that you want to focus on is maybe, if you don't mind, Charles, I'm going to bring in some actual members that have come on to Traffic Monsoon, and they themselves had questions and all like that. And if you don't mind, do you have a few more minutes for us that I can bring on some members? Real, quote, I don't like to call our members regular members, because regular people take no action, and these people are far from regular. But when I say regular, I mean like the regular average, person out there, which is probably what you are if you're watching this. So, Charles, if you have a few more minutes, I'd like to actually bring on Irene, and Irene is fairly new to the system, and maybe quickly, Irene, if you can come on, unmute yourself, kind of quickly introduce yourself, tell people how long you've been in Traffic Monsoon, and I know you had a question for Charles yourself. Go ahead, Irene.
Yes, thank you. Hi, Charles. Thank you very much for giving your time at 3:30 in the morning. For not everybody, is willing to do that. So I'm very happy to be part of this team. It's a winning team. These three guys, Ari, Big, and Frank, you guys rock the internet. So I'm so proud of being part of this group. I've joined for 2 months only, and my profits are growing, and I'm very happy. But I know that we're running out of time, so I'm going to go straight to the question. Recently, we moved servers. We had a crash server. So I'm just curious if there's any way that we could be notified, or if you can put a maintenance post, so everybody knows ahead what's going on, so they don't, don't jump in and see what's going on.
I can certainly appreciate your concern there. Absolutely. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Thank
All right.
you.
Good. I don't remember there being a recent crash, but I do know that what we did have is an overload to our servers, which made it so that people couldn't log in, and we had to do some immediate server maintenance. Now, the unfortunate thing is in that particular situation, it wasn't planned. We didn't expect to have any kind of issue with the website. I think I received a notice. I might have been asleep. I don't even remember. It might have been in the middle of the night for me. I don't even remember the time of day it was, but I think I was catching a little brief nap and received notification that the website was down. So I quickly hurried and found, oh my gosh, it's not responding. The servers didn't crash, but we certainly were having an overload to our servers for sure. So I put the site into maintenance mode as fast as I possibly could, and then got to work. And essentially, in that kind of a scenario, the best thing that I can do to make sure that the members know what's going on is put a note on the website. So when it's in maintenance mode, it says, sorry, this website is right now going under maintenance because of whatever's going on, and it'll be back hopefully within a few minutes. That's basically the best that I possibly could under that scenario. But definitely, when it comes to communicating with members, like I said before, we've got over 2 million signups into Traffic Monsoon. Sending an email out to every single one of them becomes nearly impossible, because when you're sending out to that large amount of people from a server, the server can really only send a certain number of emails in a minute. Otherwise, Yahoo will block you as spam, and they start to rate how many emails are coming from that server going to any number of different email addresses, and it starts to get flagged, and it just hits people's spam folders or gets blocked out completely. So sending out to 2 million people is very difficult. So we do our best to update our Facebook, the main Traffic Monsoon Facebook page, but we will be a little bit more proactive in making sure that any other kind of maintenance that's upcoming will be in the site news that's on the site.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. So Irene, great question. Thank you very much, Charles, for that. What I wanted to do also is bring out another member, and that's going to be Rich. So, Rich, if you can unmute yourself, I know you had a question also. Maybe just quickly tell how long you've been in Traffic Monsoon and where you started, because your story is unique, and a lot of people out there are saying that they can't start from a small amount. Why don't you quickly share your story before you ask your question?
Yeah, we'll do. Cheers for that, Big. Thanks, Charles, for being here. Really, I've got some amazing notes tonight so far, so thanks very much for that. This morning, should I say. It's 3 a.m., like I say, in the UK. Yeah, my story, I track my days like Frank has been doing. I'm on day 134, so I'm sort of 4 months in or so now. And I started with 0. I came out to work in February through ill health, and so I literally had nothing. We're trying to make a few pennies here and there on the internet. And a friend of mine on Facebook, it was a birthday, so I wished her a happy birthday on Facebook, and she got talking to me about Traffic Monsoon. I couldn't afford to get involved in any business, but I did listen to her, and I took a look at what was going on, and I got started for free. It took me 3 weeks before I referred anybody, before I referred my first member. It took me 3 days before I referred my second, and I got moving. And so what I did was I used the money I made within Traffic Monsoon to buy ad packs, and built and built and built. 134 days later, I've never spent a penny of my own money. Everything I've done has been through Traffic Monsoon earnings. I've withdrawn nearly $8,000. It's completely changed the course of where my life was going, given what had happened with me at work. And I've made total earnings just over 23 grand so far. And like I said, not spent a penny. So yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So when I say thanks, Charles, I seriously mean thanks, Charles.
No, it's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And I would say it's actually you who did it. So there you go. You've done it.
Cheers. Cheers. It's good to get recognition for it. I was watching your face as Frank was showing his screens, and your face were like a proud dad seeing how well your members are doing. It's really good.
Awesome.
But yeah, if
Rich,
it's all right to ask my question.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Go on,
because
Vic.
the reason I wanted you to share that is because we've gotten so many people hitting us up on messaging here saying that they have nothing to start with. And I think you just answered that. What you have nothing to start with is no excuses. Am I correct?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no reason for people not to join for free, even if it's just to take a look at what it's all about. I did nothing for 3 weeks.
I got a question, Rich. I got a question, Rich. You started with no money out of your pocket, and how many ad packs do you own today?
Today, 271. It would be a lot more, but like I say, I've withdrawn nearly 8 grand.
So you've taken out $8,000, and you're making roughly how much per day?
Including referral commissions, about $500, $520 a day.
So guys, look, check it out. Here's what I'm trying to say to you. 134 days in, he started with a donut. That's right, $0 out of his pocket. He's now making about $500 a day in 134 days. Now, this is what I've always preached all along, is you can do this. There is nobody on the planet that can't do this. You can absolutely do this, and this guy is one of our testimonies, living proof. He just plugged into our system, followed the system to a T, and now he's winning. And, we want you to win too. So you got to get back with the person that brought you here and definitely get involved in this. This is the ultimate opportunity by far.
Yeah, hell yeah. Cheers, Ali.
Here, Big.
I'm waiting for Rich. I'm waiting for we're taking away Rich's time to ask his question.
No worries. Don't worry.
Hard to get here. His story. We basically asked people to share their story, and out of those, we chose Irene and Rich because they basically epitomized what you could do, basically starting from nothing, with the attitude that you could get it done. And the beauty is Traffic Monsoon allows you the opportunity to do it. It's up to you. Charles, you touched on it. So one of the things that Rich and I talked about is we're just so excited to see this huge amount of growth, especially members of our team. We talked to other Traffic Monsoon leaders, correct, Rich, over in the UK. Yeah. They're excited about all this growth, people coming on left and right. And so that's why, Charles, we asked about the ad pack cap. But Rich, you as a member who are seeing people come onto your team now through your hard work, you have a question, I guess, about growth and support going forward, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it kind of touches a little bit on what Irene was already mentioning. We're growing in a massive way. I've seen that even just over the last 3 or 4 months. And so going forward, what's the intention? What's the plans of helping? On support, but ultimately on communicating the messages of where we're going and what we're doing. Things like this is fantastic, but I think this webinar's only got a cap of something like 1,000 people. There's 100,000 people out there. 99,000 of them aren't going to see this. And so, if people aren't at a meeting with you or aren't on these webinars, what method of communication are we going to be able to roll out that helps transfer your goals, our passion to the rest of us? What can we do about that?
That's a really good question. There's been a number of people who've been asking me to do a webinar my own self, so that could be something that could be done in the future sometime. But a lot of the information on the website really doesn't change so much. And so when there's not so many changes, I mean, we're not changing every week, we're not changing every day. So a lot of the information that's on the website, there are recorded videos that are on the website. When you first go to trafficmonsoon.com, there's a green video link that you can open up in a new page and actually watch what Traffic Monsoon is, how it works, and how you can make money with Traffic Monsoon. And when you log in, there's a video link to learn how to get started. So all the real information on how to get started and what it all is all about is already on the website. People don't have to communicate directly with me every day to see what's going on with the business. They can kind of just watch their own account and see, hey, look, I got my revenue sharing today. And if there is a problem, then we do have support. Now, I know that there's been a number of issues that we've experienced, especially at first. Support was mainly done by me. And at first, those support answers were answered back within minutes, because as soon as that ticket came in, I got that notification, and boom, I got that answer right back out. But now that we've been growing so big, not only am I no longer doing support, but I've hired a number of people to actually help with support. There's a team out here doing support. There's, I think, about 5 now, and there's going to be a couple more people that are being hired to handle support out here in the UK. There's a support group in Dubai, and there's a support group in the United States. There's a center in Florida that actually is a call center that's taking calls, answering support tickets, and approving all of our ads, as well as now there's going to be another center that's going to be opening up soon in the United States as well to help make sure to help manage the growth that we have here at Traffic Monsoon and meeting the customer needs of getting a quicker answer to one of their questions.
Okay.
Hey, Charles, real quick. I know
the support centers. Sorry, Harry. I was just going to ask, on the support centers, there's 3 already, so there's going to be 4. Do they take overflow from, you know, if one of them's overrun, do the other support centers step in, or do they run as independent bodies?
Well, they are all, well, there's one support group right now that's just handling mainly the UK. And that support group is here in the UK, but that same team can submit a ticket through inside the member area. And if you go to the member area, then that's all supported by also the UK group, the USA group, as well as the Dubai group is going to be receiving training on how to do that as well.
Okay. All right, fantastic. Thanks.
Awesome. Great question,
Sorry,
Rich. Yeah, great question, Rich. Charles, thank you very much, because obviously as we continue to grow, people are going to want to know that support is there, and you guys obviously are on top of that. And Ari, I know you, segueing off of that, you had a question, because I saw you start to jump in here. Go ahead, because I think that's probably what brought it up, this support issue, this growth that we're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, look, guys, look, you know, since I joined this, you know, obviously, you know, everybody, you know, Frank's under me, Big's under me, you know, the reality is everybody on those teams, I've kind of been like the face of this, where they contact me and say, hey, give me help. And I got to say, you know, thank you to Charles, because you and I have worked day and night, you know, to get situations resolved around the clock, and I really appreciate you stepping up. I mean, you know, most owners, when you have an issue or have a problem like that, you know, they're on the other side of the planet running, you know, not to fix it. They want to leave it to support, but not Charles. Charles has always been, you know, great at and pleasure to work with to get these little problems resolved, and he's more than amicable to do it, you know. And it doesn't mean that, you know, hey, somebody wants to be moved from one place to another place because they believe they got signed up in the wrong place. It doesn't mean he's always going to do it and automatically approve it. He's 100% fair and ethical, and that's something that I really appreciate in every situation. He looks at all the circumstances that surround it, and then he makes a decision. And I just want to applaud you for that. I really appreciate that, Charles.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, so, you know, let's talk about Traffic Monsoon compared to, you know, a lot of other traffic exchanges. Obviously, as a big marketer, I get, you know, hit up by, you know, my paying ads and my advertising pays and, you know, AdBrook and HQ and all, you know, all, Triple Threat. I mean, I could go on and on and on. What separates us from all of those guys?
I would say that there's a few different fundamental differences. One of those is our value, the quality behind the services that we have to offer. I mean, I don't think that any of these, if you purchase like something, I don't know if they have cash links on their websites, but being able to purchase a cache link and have, let's say, 100,000 visitors be delivered within less than 24 hours. There's right now over 140,000 clickers daily, some days up to 190,000 people clicking on cache links all around the world. And you can country target those clicks as well. So I look at all of that and say, I don't know if those other services have a kind of service like that built in. But I do know that right behind all of this is, if they do share revenue, that we are very conservative. I know there's a lot of sites that are out there saying we're going to share 150%, 200%, we're going to double your money or anything like that. We're not talking like that. We're not here to double, triple your money. We're here just to share your revenue, share revenue with you from all of the other advertising services that are being purchased on our traffic exchange. And people are actually buying our traffic exchange services. Another thing that you probably hit on earlier, and I think, yeah, you did, is that we are ranked in the industry, not just on traffic exchange list.com, but a number of other top exchange list companies, and we've been ranked #1 on all of them. And so I look at all of this and say, how many of these others are ranked like that, and how many of them are delivering several millions of visitors every single day? I'm talking about over 96 million visitors in a day are being delivered from Traffic Monsoon. That's something that not any other company that is in our whole entire industry is delivering that much traffic in a single day.
Yeah, that's huge. You know, like you hit on it right on the head. You know, we're not oversharing in profits, and that's important, guys, because it's all about stability. Now, you know, I've been in this arena, so you guys know, for 12 years, 10 years full time, and I've made a lot of money in the industry. And anytime I join anything, you know, as a marketer, I'm always looking for something that I love, something that I believe in, and obviously I love Traffic Monsoon. You know this because we talk about it a lot. But I always, you know, take my own money. I always build all these marketing systems that allows me to give to my team, so my team can, you know, get massive growth as well. And you know, the company has to be stable. So you just touched on that, and that's really big because we're not oversharing that profit. But tell me, you know, what's your plans for 2016 and beyond, man? So I know as a marketer where I need to move to.
Absolutely. What we do behind the scenes is not only just keep the servers running and make sure the customer support is being taken care of, but we're looking at trends in the marketplace, what people are looking for when they are buying a service from a traffic exchange. And so what we've done is we built in the text ads, we built in cache links, we built in a number of different services, not just the ad pack. And I think that's something that also distinguishes us from some of these other types of services out there that you were mentioning, is that they don't have a whole lot of service that is outside their actual business opportunity. But we actually offer the real services that help people build systems like what you're promoting through Traffic Monsoon. So looking at 2016, there's a couple of different ideas that are on my mind of getting out there into the marketplace through Traffic Monsoon that aren't on any other traffic exchange that I know of, but I think would really greatly benefit the marketers out there, because I try to put myself in the shoe of a marketer, because I am a marketer. That's what I did full time before I even launched any of these sites, is what am I looking for when I advertise somewhere? And that's what I'm looking for now with something. I think that's where I need to provide that service here, and provide that because I think that's something that a lot of people will really love. And I'm not going to tell any more details other than that.
Okay. I was gonna prod you a little more for that, but I know, like, we had some conversation like about cost per mil and cost per click networks, and you know, hopefully we're kind of maybe moving in that direction. You know, I love the off-site advertising, because I know that is something that really separates us from other companies. You know, I haven't seen another traffic exchange that actually offers off-site advertising. And that's a huge marketplace, because, you know, I mean, it's one thing for us to log in and view ads, but it's another thing for that advertising that you buy to be placed on another website that then brings people to whatever you're advertising. To me, that's even a more legitimate form of advertising, and guess what, guys? You only get it here at Traffic Monsoon. So we're stable. You know, we got the reserves. We're moving in the right direction, guys. As a marketer, this is a dream for me. So I'm very excited, and I want to, again, thank you, Charles, for your time. Thank you for coming on and answering the tough questions. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure. And if I could put one more plug in there, is for the little guy, you know, is that a lot of people, just like what Rich was saying, is he started with nothing. There's a number of people who have done that, and it's done actually not even referring a whole lot of people. There was someone that came up with this strategy of referring 2 people or 10 people who are buying at least 2 ad packs a day, and that's crazy low amount of ad packs that people are buying per day, as you probably already know in your own teams, that buying 2 ad packs, 10 people, that actually generates over $36,000 in commissions alone. I mean, how many other businesses out there can you do that with just 10 referrals?
Yeah, I mean, it is right. It is correct. It's low. In fact, actually, if you guys, let me just kind of show you, actually. I'll show you what's low.
Yeah, Charles.
So you guys,
Charles, what Ari's about to show you, again, we want to thank you for your time. If you have to, beg out of here, because obviously I know you're preparing. You have an event coming up in a couple of days. Am I correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. So again, we certainly appreciate your time and the hour that it is. What Ari's about to share with people is going to absolutely blow people away, because we're going to give them a bunch of different scenarios, from marketing, referrals, that type of thing. So now that you've shared not only your past, as far as your personal past, the past of Traffic Monsoon, where we are today, but you also just shared some of the, actually you teased us a little bit is what you did about the vision for 2016. We're excited. Any last words? You started to touch on just the little guy, as you say it. Are there any last words? And then we can let you go, and then Ari and myself and Frank can then hit people with this whole marketing and duplication process. Because again, I want to be fair to your time, and I want you to during this event not be sleepy and blame the Affiliated Forces Power Hour for the fact that you're dragging your butt during this event. So
the 2-hour Power Hour.
Yeah, exactly.
If you wanted some last words, I'd probably just say, if you think you can't do it, you'd surprise yourself if you just tried, because Traffic Monsoon is, like what you were mentioning before, it's the best business model in the world that I've been able to see ever. Is it's got the sustainability, it's got the product, it's got the service that actually has the high demand out there. There's a large sea of people out there who are looking for these types of service. We're highly competitive in the price, in the quality, and if you can't tell people about advertising or even clicking a mouse, because the free cash links, people are earning a phenomenal amount of money referring free people to come click on cash links, then I think you're really going to surprise yourself if you just give it a shot and give it a try, and you see yourself making money.
It's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. The entrepreneur out there makes no excuses, especially when it's handed to you on a silver platter, much as Charles just spoke about. So, Charles, again, we thank you. We're going to let you go. We're also going to bid adieu to our other guests, our members, Rich and Irene. And the reason we're going to do that is because Ari is about to take about 10 minutes. And as I said, if you are on a replay link because someone shared this with you, or you're on the call live, you want to stick around for the next 10 minutes, because Frank showed you some crazy numbers. Ari teased you a little bit about the marketing systems, the duplication. That's exactly what we're going to share with you. And again, we have leaders all over the globe who follow this same process. So if you were invited by someone, if you were on a replay link because someone shared it with you, make sure you get back to that person, because they're going to be able to share the same systems that Ari's going to hit you up with in a couple minutes. So if you want to unmute, I personally, I know Frank and Ari want to do the same thing. Irene, I know the time for you. Rich, I know it's early in the morning for you as well. If you guys want to come on, we want to thank you personally, and then we're going to get right into some exciting stuff, close this out, and have you guys salivating, wiping that butter off your face, getting ready to click those keys to hit that person up that shared this with you. So, Rich, Irene, again, I just want to personally thank you for your time and your questions.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys getting up. Great. Cheers, guys.
Irene and Rich, thanks for coming out. You guys are awesome.
Great to be here. See you later, buddies.
All right. So on that note, now what you have is the three of us. But what we're going to do is, again, Frank basically made you salivate with those numbers in about 8 weeks. And as Ari said, he's the one that brought us into the system, introduced us to Traffic Monsoon. I myself, in 43 days today, am pushing 800 ad packs, and we do it based on a system of duplication. That's what we do. And as Frank talked about, it's a system that he implemented and started to perfect some time ago. And now you get to learn basically without all the mistakes because we've made them all. What you've got to do is get rid of those excuses. And Charles himself shared with you that there are no excuses. We had Rich come on, a member, tell you, guess what? You can start with nothing if you're willing to do the work. But now we're going to have Ari. And the wonderful thing, Frank, as far as systems go, and again, no excuses and putting in the work, told you it can be done. What Ari's going to tell you is it can be done because you have marketing systems. That's how you do it well. So Ari, hit them up because they haven't seen anything yet.
Yep. Hey guys, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to show you I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story real quick. I'm going to show you how I did it, and I'm going to show you how I executed everything. So let me start right here. First thing I want you to see is I want you to see my income proof, how I started. Okay, so, like Rich, I actually signed up for free. I was a free member because, it took me 10 months to join. So you guys know, I literally did a lot of due diligence, talked to a couple of attorneys, paid money out of my pocket to get their professional opinion to make sure this was legit. Didn't want my name on something, didn't want to jump in and all of a sudden be tied up in something bad. So, what I really loved about this is I joined it as a free member. And on my 5th day, I signed up August 5th. On my 5th day, which was the 10th, I actually had a lady sign up for $2,000, or she bought 40 ad packs, and I made a $200 commission. So when I made that $200 commission as a free member, it kind of caught my attention right there. I took $300 out of my pocket, and that gave me a total of $500, and I bought 10 active sharing positions, and that's what you see right here on my screen. Okay. After that time frame, I've now been in this. This was actually my 115th day income. I woke up to this. I had $2,934 in my account 27 hours ago. Okay, and I tell you that right now, 27 hours ago. 2,452 ad packs. You can see I took all of that money, rebought more ad packs. It took me to over 2,510, and you can see I've had a total of 31 minus the 2,510. That's how many have actually expired. So 621 of them, I believe, is what has expired already. But I want to show you really fast, guys, live. I'm going to log into my account real quick, just like the average Joe would log into his account. I want to show you where I'm at on the morning of my 116th day. Now, keep in mind, guys, I haven't been in here, so I don't know how much money I've made in the last 7 hours, because that's exactly how long it's been since I logged in. 7 hours ago, I was in my account. And let's see where I'm at. Let's see how much I've made today, live, or in 7 hours, I should say, not live, but 7 hours. So this is a total literally of 27 hours, 2,500 plus, wow, $2,771, guys. That's, I'm over $5,000 a day today. That's crazy. I can't believe how fast this is going, and obviously I've had some ad packs here fall off, so you can see I've had something fall off again, so, I got to go back in and I got to buy some ad packs. So, like Frank did, it's very simple. What I've done back here is, you can see I'm in a lot of different programs. I make money in all these programs, and so I have a multitude of different banner ads in here for all these programs that I'm part of, and I advertise every one of them, and I get members from Traffic Monsoon, guys. That's key, what I just said to you. I get members from Traffic Monsoon. I'm going to buy 40 ad packs out of profit right here off this one, because this is the one I want to get up. It's my newest banner ad. This will put me right back up here to the top again, 25, so I'm back up over 2,500 again, guys, and I'll go back in. I got to wait 5 minutes to buy more again. But how I've done all this, guys, it's been a very simple ride. I'm going to log out of this for you. Is I build marketing systems, and personally, I don't care if you're using big system, okay? because he has a system, and I don't care if you're using Frank's system, he's got his system, or if you're using my system, and this is what it looks like. Actually, one of the pages, between the three of us guys, we literally have about 14, 16, probably 19 different landing pages, maybe more. In fact, I know more. Actually, I think we have more like 25 different landing pages that all lead into a sales platform that allows one of us to actually sell this for you. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what this is, because, you know, this is the key, guys. Look, you know, I've been in network marketing. I was successful in it. I am one of the lucky few that can say to you, I knew how to recruit. But what I didn't know how to do was get my team to recruit. So what I did is I took my experience, I took my methodology, and I put it into a system. And I have a team of developers now that I work with, and programmers and designers and stuff like that I've turned Frank onto and turned Big onto, that now we all use these guys to build a beautiful marketing system for you so you can be successful, and we do all the selling and the telling for you. So, you know, obviously I branded myself in this, but this video, guys, let me just get up right up in here. You can see the presentation that Frank was using. I built this into the system. Okay, we also built our Facebook into the, Facebook group into the system. Why is that important? Okay, the Facebook group is hugely important because, number one, that's where everybody is that are on our teams. I mean, there's over 8,000 people on my team now, and over 8,000 in Frank's. And, you know, I know Big's got a new group. It's got around 2,000 people in it. The reality is that's where everybody is in the Facebook group. You can see the proof. You know, you can talk firsthand to them and verify that this is a real opportunity. We try to make this completely transparent. Inside the system, if you have questions, you know, we give accessibility not only to ourselves, but every single person on our team. When you click on this button, their information will pop up right here, so you can contact them on their phone number, their Skype, their email address. You know, you can get access to them. And then when you click on the Get Started Now button, obviously this is my page, so it takes you to my sales page. But if this was your system, it would take them to your sales page. And the whole system is automated. This is important, guys, because it allows you to duplicate using our methodology. You don't have to be successful. The only thing you have to do, literally, guys, let me stop sharing and come back to the screen. Okay? The only thing you have to do to be successful in this, the only thing, is you have to sign up, you have to set it up, and then you have to turn around and drive traffic. And if you're willing to do this, you can change your life. Okay, if you're willing to sign up for the system, we're willing to spend our time to help you set up the system. Okay, and that applies not just to me, but to every single person on our team. You know, we have a very, very helpful team, and if you can't reach your sponsor, then you reach back to Frank or myself or to Big. We'll help you get your system set up, guys. We've got video tutorials. You know, we have a step-by-step instruction manual, and guess what? We got phone calls. I have no problem putting it out there. I'll tell you guys how to get a hold of me. In fact, grab a pen. You know, if you got a problem with your sales funnel and you're having a tough time, here's my phone number. It's 480-463-4279. I'm putting this out there so you can see as proof I'm a real guy. That's my phone number. You can text me or you can call me on that. It's a U.S.-based number. It rings here in the Philippines. Yes, I live abroad. I live wherever I want to live, all because of the way I do business. That's what I love about this marketplace, guys. Okay? If you want to be successful, you could right now, you're never, ever going to find a better time to get part of something, become a member to a team of people that are as helpful as we are. I can promise you that. You know, this is the place you want to be. And guess what, guys? Right now, we're going into the slowest part of the year for us because it's Christmas time coming up. But when January 2nd hits, I'm going to tell you what happens. January 2nd hits like a massive hurricane of people. People want to do something because they realize they don't want to be at their job anymore. I mean, many of you are out there, you're waking up, you're going to work on Monday morning, and you dread it. You hate it. You know something? I love waking up when I wake up because you know what? I get up when I want to get up. I do what I want to do when I want to do it because of this business. So if you want this life, if you want the chance to travel, you want the chance to spend time with your kids, take them to the baseball game, the basketball game, go watch them at their sporting events, and, while they're in school. If you just want to be there to take care of your kids from the moment they're born until, they leave the house, guess what? I'm going to give you the system and the methodology so you can actually do it. This is it. You're here. Take action right now, guys. Get back with the person that invited you here, or get with the video, get with the email that you actually received from one of us, and click on the link and click on those Get Started Now buttons within the system. Get signed up, get in touch with us or your sponsor, and let's get going and let's start making money right now. Don't hesitate, don't wait, because if you do, this opportunity is going to pass you by.
And on that note, we are out of here. If you want to be able to spend time with your family, wear ugly sweaters, like Ari talked about, it's possible, but you've got to take action. And you do that by clicking on that button, getting back to that person who shared this with you. If you're watching on replay, if it's live, and Frank will tell you the same thing. Right, Frank? Take action.
Absolutely, guys. It was a pleasure coming here tonight. Ari and Big, could not be more proud to work with you guys, and I look so forward to the new year, like Ari touched on. The busy season's coming, guys. You're seeing this at the perfect time. Get back with the person that invited you here. If you're watching the replay, once again, get back with that person immediately. We have got tremendous global leadership everywhere, guys. Plug into our systems. Ari just explained and showed you the systems, guys. And listen, Ari is an expert at building systems, man. I made over $500,000 before I met Ari. Well, guess what? After I met Ari and he helped me build a new system, an improved system, my income jumped up about 12 grand the first month. So what we're doing works, guys. Plug in and run with it.
Yep, we're going to knock it out, guys. We are going to make 2016 your best year ever. And I'm excited that we're able to help you. I'm excited to be partnered up with Frank. I'm excited to be partnered up with Big. We talked about it before. We are going to hold a live event someplace outside the USA. You guys need to know it'll be outside the USA, but for one reason, guys. We want this to be a life-changing event for you. Look, I got extravagant dreams for you. We're not trying to charge a lot for our portion of the event, but what we want to do is we want to build an event for you guys where we get a charter plane, where we take you to places you've never seen before, where when you arrive at this, you're in awe. Not just because you're here with us, but you're in awe because of the destination. This is what we talk about. It's all about lifestyle, giving you a chance to actually live and do something that you've always dreamed about before. Look, guys, when I was a kid and I was in high school and I was going through history class and I saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa and I saw all these different things, guess what? I've been to every single one of them. Everything that I've ever wanted to go and see, I've been to except for one, and that's the Great Wall of China. That's my next trip. I'm going to walk that Great Wall of China. I'm going to see everything that attracted me as a kid, because that is what I want. Think about it. We were never happier, man, when we were kids. We had no worries, no bills. Our parents took care of everything. All we did was dream. And I'm trying to tell you right now, go back to that time period when you dreamed. Dream of being free, because that's what's going to set you apart. If you're stuck in a dead-end job, you're dead. You need to get yourself out of the seat. You need to get motivated, and you need to take some action so you can change your life. We're giving you the opportunity. We're giving you the keys to the kingdom, just following a proven formula that works, not just for us, for everybody. I'm not just telling you that. Get on our Facebook groups and see those testimonials. See what's happening and ask people, does this really work? You're going to be blown away by the response.
Bottom line, guys, almost out of popcorn. That means we are done. As Ari said, 3 words for you. See it, believe it, be it. We'll see you on next week's call.
Yep. Have a good night, guys.
Dream big, everybody. Good night.